Hey you guys, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 10 and my Benchathon TBR. I'm just making sure I can still hear the kids that are gonna be going home tomorrow. Yeah, little demon angels, little kids. You want to make sure you can hear them because when they quiet, they up to something. Then again, when they are up to something, they can be loud too. So I don't know. Moving on from that, if you guys have not seen my Benchathon announcement, Benchathon is a readathon where we read our bench warmers, and bench warmers are books that have been on your shelves for a very long time. And this will take place from December 11th to the 17th, and I'm gonna link all the hosts down below, but this was created by Katie from Get Cats Can Reads, and she of course will be linked down there as well. And there are 7 challenges that we need to complete, or you don't have to complete it, you can make up your own, like any bench warmer will do, but 7 challenges just in case for those of you who want to do it. So the first thing we have is read a book with red, green, or white in the cover or spine. It's funny because I was just looking this over, and most of the books that I've chosen, like all the books that I chose for this, were like sci-fi, space stuff. And the first one, I'm actually currently reading it, and I should hopefully done before this readathon even starts. So what I have left is We'll Save the Galaxy for Food by ke-sha. It's a audiobook, and it's about this guy, and heroes are no longer needed in this world, so he's kind of like, I will do anything for like a job and some food, and he gets caught up in something. So the sample sounded hilarious, just the title alone just was enough to grab my eye. And then the next thing I have is Starship Grifters, and this one is about this guy, and he is like a grifter, a con man. He wins this planet in a game of cards, but then it turns out this planet is like really bad and has like a lot of debt, and if he doesn't pay it, he's going to be in huge trouble. So he decides to run like the biggest con of his life, against playing 2 sides against each other and trying to come out the winner. And I don't know how that's going to end up for him, but it sounds hilarious. And on that hilarious theme, which is apparently another thing that I want, like lately I've been listening to like funny space stuff. So I have Red Church by John Scalzi, which is about this guy who gets transferred onto the ship, and he kind of realizes that everybody that goes down with the captain and whatever are like dying and stuff, and then Red Church is a reference to Star Trek and that whole thing. So I'm really looking forward to reading one of these books, so cross your fingers for me. And then the next question is read a book from an author that's new to you, and that could apply to at least 2 of the previous books that I mentioned, and it wasn't the John Scalzi one, but also just a lot of books on my shelf. Right now I'm thinking about going with The Shaping of an Angry Black Woman by Tamara Woods, just so I could throw some poetry in there that week. And I've never read anything by her, but she does have a YouTube channel, so I'll link her down below. I do follow her, so hopefully I will get to this soon. And then the next book that I have is Read a Standalone. I have a lot of standalones, but the ones that I want to get to are the ones that are on Audible. And the first one is Coraline by Neil Gaiman, because I've kind of seen some of the movie, but I haven't like watched the whole thing. And I was trying to kind of avoid it because I really want to just listen to the book first and then watch it. And then I have Nutshell by Ian McGowan. And this is about like this wife is plotting the murder of her husband with either her brother or lover. I hope it wasn't her brother / lover. That would be weird. But anyway, there is only one problem because there is only one witness, and the only witness is her unborn child. So that will be really interesting. Like, I really want to get to that. I haven't heard a lot about it, I've only seen like I think one person haul this, but it sounds so interesting that I need to know how it goes. And then I also have Chalk, and this one is like this horror fantasy type thing. It's about this boy who's getting bullied, and he's trying just to stay away from these people, but one day they catch him in the woods and things go horrible wrong, and it just like changes him, and then something starts happening, which I guess is where the fantasy part is supposed to kick in. So, and then for number 4 is read a book from a genre you don't usually read. So I have, again, on my Audible, I have Aesop's Fairy Tales. I've always been interested in like that, but I don't always like read it. And then I have A Thousand Cuts by Simon Limnick, because I don't really read, I guess is contemporary the right word for anything. Like, I just usually use it when I meant things that are taking place in like present day and isn't set in a fantasy, spaceship, sci-fi background. Like, I read some of those books, but usually it's more like if I'm reading a romance book, tilt to it, and not like this. So there is that. So this one is about a school shooting, and yeah, so there we go. And then I got question number 5 is read a book with snow in the title and or the author's name. So I have this book, and it could also double as a new to me author because I haven't read anything by them. But okay, you can take it as like, find a book with the word snow in it, or like the author name has to have snow in it, like just the word snow. But you could also make up the word snow from the title and the author. So what I mean is, this says Jonas Cabal, the Necromancer by Jonathan L. Howard. So what I can do is take this S right here from Jonas, and this N from Necromancer, and this O from Jonas, and this W from Howard, and make snow, and that will count. I didn't really remember that the first time that I made this announcement video. So if you guys are haven't figured that out by watching the other people's like announcement videos, hopefully you guys will see this, and yeah, it will help you in choosing the snow with the word or the title. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully getting to that as well. And then for number 5, no, we just did that. For number 6 is read a book you've had the longest. And again, a lot of books can count. Like, I don't know about some people, but I was thinking about making like a 2-year thing, like any books beyond 2 years, maybe even 3 years. But one of the ones that I picked up is The Vast and Brutal Sea. I pre-ordered this book in 2014. It came out. I have not read it yet. It's one of my longest books, I guess. And I reread the other 2 books earlier this year, so I really need to read this so I can finish the series. So that would really help. So hopefully I can get to that. You guys let me know what your guys' longest book. Do you guys even know which book you've had on your shelf the longest, or are you guys kind of like me and you're shameful? Let me know. So moving on from that, the last one is read 7 books. Whew. Yeah, hopefully I can read 7 books. Now, I will show you guys some other books that I'm thinking about putting towards some of these goals, like some alternates, like for a genre you don't really read often. I picked up The Wicked and the Divine. I own the first 1 through 4. I've read number 1 like multiple times. I actually recently reread it, but I decided to myself that I can't count it on my Goodreads as even a reread for this year if I don't at least read the second volume, because reading graphic novels apparently are not like my strongest thing, and the fact that I even have to do that to make myself read the rest of them, even though I am loving the series so far from the first volume, is kind of shameful. But I just don't read graphic novels that often, once in a blue moon. And then I also have like The Love Interest, which is a new to me author. It has red and white in the thing, and it counts as a standalone. It counts as a genre I don't read often, which is like YA contemporary type of things. I mean, it's technically set in our world, right? In some alternate world where the government is training kids to be spies from a young age. But hey, you don't know. That could be happening. And then I have Perfect Chemistry. The phone is not broken, which is the important part of that. So I have Perfect Chemistry, which can count as a book that I've had for a long time. Also has red and white in the cover. We're just gonna pretend that never happened. We got Wink Pip Poppy's Midnight, which again counts as has white and red in the cover, and it counts as a standalone. So and then I have again Nevernight by J. Kristoff, which counts. No, you know what? I just remember I was about to say this counts as a new to me author, but I've read Illuminate. I keep forgetting that's made by 2 people. Oh, ke-sha. But it still counts as like red and white. At least, if I need to, I feel like I have enough for that actually. So, and then I have this, If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio, which has white on the cover. It's a standalone. It's a new to me author. So it fits into a couple of categories. So hopefully I will definitely do, out of everything, read 7 books. And hopefully out of this, it will be out of these 7 books. And out of these 7 books that I read, like everything would count for like at least 1 goal, because I don't want to double up on them, if that makes sense. So you guys let me know down below what you guys plan on reading for the Benchathon books. Are you guys going to be participating actually in general? And if you guys do, let me know what your TBRs are looking like, and I will see you guys later. Bye.